My name is Philip De Andrade. My pizzeria is Goat Hill Pizza in Potrero Hill, a neighborhood of San Francisco, California.
Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
And
you know, they raised goats on our hill, hence the name Goat Hill.
all right.
So Potrero means pasture. It was the pasture of the original Mission Dolores in San Francisco. So it got settled by Italians and Russians, and they called it Goat Hill. And hence we borrowed the name to try to root ourselves in the history of San Francisco.
Excellent. Have you been involved in Goat Hill since the beginning?
I probably would be called the founder.
All right.
I am the old goat.
The old goat.
The oldest goat. I used to work at a place called Hannah Boys Center in San Francisco, or in Sonoma. And when I left there, I went looking for new work. I thought a restaurant would be fun. So I answered an ad for a restaurant manager. I thought, well, sure, at the shop. So I got off the bus, and there it was, Red Boy Pizza. And I thought, oh, God, pizza. I want a fancy Mediterranean restaurant, you know, da-da-da. And then I thought, well, I can learn the systems of a restaurant, how to hire, how to follow health codes, how to manage employees, how to order food. I could learn all that and then convert it into fancy Mediterranean. Well, I got hired, and the hiring question was, what would you do if the toilet stopped up? And the only wrong answer is call the plumber. Because the plumber costs money.
Yeah.
So anything else you do to fix it is the answer. And he loved it, and I got hired. And then fell in love with pizza, and it just became part of how I related to living, feeding people, you know, and pizza was everybody's favorite food. It was great. So then I opened a pizzeria for Red Boy in Marin County in Larkspur, learned how to open a restaurant, then got tired of it for a while, went to 464 Magnolia in a fancy European restaurant in Larkspur. And then one day I was going home to Potrero Hill from my shift as their host, and I saw an empty storefront on Potrero Hill, and I thought, oh, pizza, this is it. This corner in the middle of a neighborhood that didn't have any real restaurant and needed a pizzeria, this is us. So called up a few friends, said, can we get together? And with $2,000 each, four of us with $8,000 opened up Goat Hill Pizza in 1976.
Wow, 1976.
And the same friends own the place today. We are the same owners.
That's beautiful.
Except the wives all died.
Oh, no!
It's only the men left.
Oh, my goodness. So this will be your 50th year.
This was our 50th year.
Oh, congratulations.
We had a great party. We were all over the news. The mayor came. Congresswoman Pelosi came. Speaker Pelosi. The current candidate for her seat came. It was a big party.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is definitely a neighborhood pizzeria. How have you involved yourself so much in the community that even, dignitaries are coming to your anniversary party?
Well, not a little bit is giving pizza away periodically to every sports team in the neighborhood, every neighborhood group. And then we all worked in the beginning, but slowly but surely the other founders took their regular jobs, and I was left to be the principal pizza maker and manager of the restaurant. So then I just got involved in neighborhood building, and I joined the Merchant Association, and I went to the schools, and I had encouraged people to have their neighborhood parties, and And then, in particular, UCSF, University of California at San Francisco, which is the big medical school in San Francisco, owns a couple of big hospitals, moved into the neighborhood, and so I got involved in the planning committee for that neighborhood, and got involved with all the city people, the office workers and the office holders as they planned this presence in the neighborhood. So I was engaged in that. And I've always been kind of political, so I also started working for Nancy Pelosi, and I worked on her campaign. And when she won, I went to Washington, and one of my partners took over, but I went to Washington and worked for her and developed, again, relationships with politicians and all that. Left her employed, came back to Goat Hill, and brought some of those connections with me. So it's involvement and participation, got attention.
Are you looking for smarter ways to improve consistency, efficiency, and bake quality in your pizza operation? Spokane Valley, Washington-based Lloyd Pans is the trusted name for commercial pizzerias and home chefs alike. For over 40 years, Lloyd Pans has been creating innovative pizza pans and tools designed to deliver perfect results every time. Whether it's crispy golden pizza crusts or perfectly baked pastries, Lloyd Pan's durable, stick-resistant, and proprietary pan finishes are a game changer. Going beyond pizza? Visit lloydpans.com to explore our lineup of food service and bakeware pans and accessories. Need shipping quotes or custom products? Email sales@lloydpans.com for personalized service. Are you looking to get your brand in front of passionate pizza pros? Well, you've come to the right place. The Hot Slice Podcast, brought to you by Pizza Today. We're all about everything pizza business. Each week, we dive into fun conversations about trends, tasty tips, and insider stories from the pizza world. Our listeners are engaged and eager to discover what's new and improve their craft, with help from brands like you. Imagine your brand reaching pizzeria owners and pizza enthusiasts while they enjoy our laid-back chats. It's a perfect match. Whether you're selling equipment, ingredients, or anything that makes pizza better, our ad spots are designed to connect you with the right audience. So if you're ready to slice into something special, reach out to us about advertising on the Hot Slice Podcast. Let's share the love of pizza together.
So
we're filming this at Pizza Expo. I went to a great session the other day about being part of the community and making connections with the government. How important do you think it is as a small business owner to be part of the conversation when it comes to, making laws that impact small businesses, particularly restaurants?
Well, particularly if you're a small independent operator. I mean, the chain restaurants or the multi-unit operations, which I know are prominently featured here, was never my idea of being a restaurant. My idea was being involved in the community because, food is something everybody needs every day. So if you can make it enjoyable in a place where they can come together and gather and have their meetings. So our space not only nourished them with food, but it gave them an opportunity to gather. And people who were interested, we would host community meetings. We would host the neighborhood business operation. We would host the Mothers Club, I don't think they use that word anymore, Parents Club. We would host all these events, and so when it came time to do things in the community, we were a part of it. We were members of it. I was often referred to as the mayor of Potrero Hill, which is the neighborhood in the restaurant, where the restaurant is. I think involvement in the community, it also tailors how you design your food and your menu. You give them what they need and what they want, and once in a while you teach them how to enjoy something different. I used to serve artichokes, real ones, which you dip in mayonnaise. In the early days, we did a lot more variety. We were new. We had a lot of space, and we had no customers. So we made pizza, we made pot roast, we made beef stew, we made pork roast. We did all these things. We had a nightly special and all that. Well, soon after that, we developed, the pizza became the primary thing, and it was too complicated to make individual meals, so we turned into a pizzeria. Then we opened a manufacturing and delivery location closer to downtown.
That's right.
And we were delivering to the financial district, and that became a dramatic 100 pizzas at a time to officers and office buildings and all that kind of thing. And that business bloomed, encouraging us to open a third location on the opposite part of town. So then we had 3 going, and then came the pandemic, and we lost the downtown location close to the offices because, of course, nobody was going to work. So we couldn't afford to keep that one. So now we're back to our original 2. Although with Sarah in charge anymore, I don't know. We may grow again.
And speaking of which, Sarah had mentioned to me that it's not unusual for UCSF to order, say, 40 pizzas at a time.
Correct.
How important are those large orders to your business?
Well, they're important in a couple of ways. They're often timed differently from the inside rush. They happen at so they keep your ovens going when you would otherwise be making your business. And of course, if the same 2 people make 2 pizzas an hour or 50 pizzas an hour, it makes a big difference to the bottom line because volume creates profitability. So and actually during the pandemic, I have to say, we did not suffer. There was, of course, the PPE, which was helping small business, but delivery picked up incredibly during if anything, we're having a little bit more trouble with delivery today than we did during the pandemic, because during the pandemic, everybody began to deliver. And now you have DoorDash, you can get any kind of food delivered at any time. That wasn't the case at the beginning of the pandemic. So, what was I answering? I've lost track.
We were talking about the large orders.
Yeah.
At one time.
And we have. I just repeat. Large orders make a big difference, and that's what we're working on increasing as we are going along. Yeah.
And how do you do that? How do you find new organizations and try to make inroads with places that are just popping up?
So we have another the connection with the hospital during its early days was very important, and that continues to. We also we use an operation called America to Go or something to go. I can't remember the name of it. Again, Sarah knows it. I don't these days. And they go out and sell large organizations, large lunch order options, and we're one of them. And that's been effective. So we use a middleman. That works. We also have something very unique, I think, to Go Pizza, although I have heard of others using it. We took a night, Monday, that was otherwise the most boring and least busy nights in the world, and created an event called all-you-can-eat night.
That's right.
And for a fixed price, you eat all you want of pizza and salad. And kids are much less, whatever. I don't remember the price. But you know what? That brings us new people from all over who bring people with them to try this new thing. And then those people hear that we do delivery and all that and that. And so our in-house conversion of the least important night to the most important night became a marketing tool as well. And we've had all-you-can-eat pizza since almost the early days, 50 years, and it works. I'm telling you, it works. We lost it during the pandemic because we lost all the inside business. But it wasn't a month after we reopened it that we were running again, and we have lines out the door with new people, a lot of new people.
That's great.
It's a self-marketing tool.
And can you talk about the size of the slices on all-you-can-eat night, how they get distributed to the people in the restaurant?
Yes, they're... So we did have some changes after pre and post pandemic. Among other things, the salad bar, which used to be a buffet style, has changed. Now we bring individual small salad bowls to the table. We can refill it still, but it isn't the all-you-can-eat style that it used to be. So on Monday night, we'll take a pizza, and we have in general 12 varieties on our menu, but on Monday night we just play. And the cooks, well, we have a little bit of an agenda of pizzas that you got every third one or every fourth has to be pepperoni, because it's always pepperoni, whatever else you've got. So then we cut them into very small. So if you have a 14-inch pizza, maybe we'll get about 20 slices. So they're maybe 2-inch wide. We have a tray in the center of the pizza, and a server comes around holding the pizza in a pan with a set of tongs and asks them if they want to try this one. And if they do, takes a small slice, puts it on their tray so that their utensils never touch the food that comes back to our, we're trying to maintain a sanitary system throughout. So, servers go around. At the beginning, when there's a few people, we make half and half. So the server can have some choices when they come. But when the place is full, server will come out with a pie, and you have to be careful where you start your service, because you could, if you start at the same point, you'll be done 20 minutes through, 20 people through, you've lost all your slices. And so the same people, so you have to manage the flow to guarantee that everybody in the restaurant gets an equal opportunity at the first pie and all this kind of stuff. And then people will ask for things, and we'll suggest them to the chefs, and they'll put it together, and things will come out. It's sometimes a little bit hard to keep up in the middle of when the place is full of newly seated people. I mean, they just can't get it fast enough. So we have maybe 5 servers at a time out on the floor, just cranking them out and distributing.
I love it. Can you tell me about, these are a lot of things that you've been doing for a long time. Are there any kind of more recent changes that you've made, or things you're trying to breathe new life? These are
really questions better asked of Sarah, because she's making the recent changes. But she, for instance, has started adding desserts. We're making desserts. Not dual I'm gonna lose it if I try to go too far here. The panna cotta. She makes panna cotta, and then she makes its from scratch.
Oh,
with the cookies and the cream and chocolate and
If
things
you
like that.
are not from the Bay Area, it is an ice cream sandwich.
There you go. Yeah. And so she is experimenting with things like adding desserts and changing some of the ingredients. She's instituted a pizza of the month, which has become a favorite. If you order 10 pizzas, one of them is going to be the favorite of the month. People love the changes. They love some difference. So that's new. We're increasing our slice production. We obviously slice is working for a lot of people. It was kind of hard because Potrero Hill is not a real walking neighborhood.
It's
so
very
you don't, it's hilly exactly, and you don't really get crowds at lunchtime like you do in the more businessy areas of town. So we display slices in the window and then finish. They're 3/4 cooked, and then we finish them to order. And we didn't used to we just said slices. Now we have a display and all that. So we're trying to increase and encourage slices. We're also thinking of continuing to increase the idea of par-baked, half-cooked pizzas, and we're looking for a good system of packaging and freezing. That's one of the things we're doing here, is trying to find some systems like that. And keeping that in terms of what the health department will let you do in terms of manufacturing and how you move the food between it's a learning experience which keeps things exciting, as well as a new opportunity for some try to make a little more money.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, this has been a real treat.
I love meeting you. You ask good questions.
Oh, thank you, and happy anniversary.
Well, thank you very much. Come and see us again. Now,